In today's episode, we're building a new exhaust for my 3-rotor Volvo 740. What's up guys, we're here back in the workshop and we've got an exciting week getting ready for Gatebil Summer Festival in Sweden at Mantorp Park. We're super excited, we went there last year with the Corvette and this year we're bringing back the Volvo. So, we've got some jobs to do, we've done most of the servicing, we've fixed the rear end from Goodwood, but we want to make a new exhaust for it. Mantorp Park does not have any noise limits, so we're going to make a nice straight pipe that doesn't go all the way twizzling around the back for the silencers, and I think that should also help us gain more power. So we've ordered some nice exhaust bits here from Walton Motorsport. We've got a flexi, we've got some straights, we've got some bends, got some V-bands, we've got these nice little pie cuts. They've got these little notchy things in them, so even easier to line them up. So Rob's going to pop over soon and help us make this. But we're going to get started. We're going to fit the screamer pipe first, because at the moment we're going back into the exhaust and we want all the noise, all the flames. So yeah, let's get cracking.
Videos and bloopers.
Right, so the first thing we're going to do is put the external wastegate back on. So we've got to take the old internally gated version out and fit the new one.
Proper diesel rotor.
2 hours later. So currently the exhaust is in like the quiet mode. So we've got the wastegate going back into the exhaust, so it goes through both silencers. Basically, yeah, that just makes it a lot quieter, but it does do a little bit of restriction. But the main reason we're swapping this one out, which at the moment is pretty good, is we've still got this restriction here where we use the oval pipe. So we're going to go change the circular the whole way along. And then we're going to make it so it interchanges here, so we can then bolt straight up back up to this system. But we're also going to make a straight bit that from here goes all the way out. So when we're not running the silencers, or we just want to run one silencer, we can just have a straight pipe. Because at the moment, the exhaust gas have to do a 90 and then a 90. And what we've noticed is when the engine's pulsing, it's actually just knocking the exhaust sideways a lot. So there's a lot of twisting forces going through the exhaust. So with a straight pipe, that should make it a lot easier and also take a lot of weight out of it. So yeah, we can still use this exhaust, but we're going to hopefully quickly make a better one.
Oh, no. One piece?
One V-band.
Oh, it stinks.
That is the link pipe that goes from the wastegate back into the exhaust. And this is the pipe that replaces it when we don't have noise problems. This simply goes there, straight out of our bonnet hole, and then we get flames and all the noise straight out the top of the car. Sounds so much better, and the turbo loves it because we can get rid of the exhaust gases much quicker. So that helps to stop it over boosting. For those of you who don't understand how turbos work, basically all the exhaust gases that have gone through the engine come out through this big turbine, and the more gases, the faster they go, the faster the turbo spins. And if you don't have a wastegate, then the turbo is going to keep spinning faster and faster and faster. So what the wastegate does is it basically is a valve inside here, and that opens up so some of the exhaust gases can bypass the turbine, comes out here or back into the exhaust, but then that means there's less turbine pressure, less air speed going through there, which in turn slows the turbo down to stop it over boosting to the moon. Right, so now we're ready to take the exhaust or the old exhaust off, then we can start making the new one. First of all, we're going to attach this part to this, so we have a reference point, and then we can just build the new pipe from here to here to begin with. Right, now we've got the first part of our turn going on. Starting to look pretty good. Get the flexi. I think we can probably weld the flexi straight on there now, and then it's going to be lined up for the rest of the system. Sweet! Oh, not far off, is it?
What's that? Yeah, just gonna need a slight angle on that end. That should be mint.
Right, I don't know if you can see that, but this is where we've got now. We've got to the middle point of the exhaust. Join the two bits up. We've got the little bends over there. There's a long bit of straight. And we're going to try and connect the dots. So what we're trying to do is measure from top and the bottom, and then we're going to measure that onto a bit of tube. Hopefully that'll work. If you know of a better way of doing it, drop us a note in the comment. Always looking to learn new ways of doing things.
It's like a self-lubing.
Right. If this goes in, maybe.
Hold up.
Look at this, Mike Walton. Can we get a job? Ready to weld. I think we've done it, Ben.
Sweet.
Right. Let's put this thing on the ground and see if we've actually got enough ground clearance.
To the floor.
To the floor. Right, so we've now joined our full exhaust up. I'm going to put the car down, and this is where we're going to find out if it's actually got enough ground clearance. Because to run a 4-inch exhaust, this is as high up as we can get it without, I don't know, putting the exhaust inside the car, which obviously we don't want to do. So moment of truth now. This could be absolute waste of time if this is not enough ground clearance.
It's going to be about an inch off the floor.
You reckon an inch off the floor?
Yeah, judging by where the ramp things are. Keep going.
That's not very good.
No. I know, you got 2 inches.
2 inches?
Yeah, loads of room.
That's a lot. My wife tells me.
Maybe. She's meant.
Let's have a look.
Put a slider plate on there, she'll be fine.
That's not too bad.
It will soon mould itself where it wants to be, won't it? She'll be fine.
Think of all the horsepower we're going to have now.
Racetracks are flat anyway, it's fine.
Yeah, stay on them. Right, so we're back on it. We are in full packing mode for Gatebil, and we're still building the exhaust. Ben's back, he's fabbing up the last little bits, and we've got the exhaust back from Rob. So we tacked all this in place, I think you saw in the last bit of the video, and Rob has now purge welded this to perfection. Fully welded the little brackets that I made, and she's now looking pretty sweet. So we're now just finalising the last bit so we can have a full exhaust out the back and a turn down section. Still be able to put one silencer in if needed. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing how this changes the turbo response. I think it should be pretty good. Yeah, bit of a mess, so much to pack. And then we're also going to take the gearbox out of the Corvette just because I'm so excited about driving 4 days in the Volvo with Kevin. And yeah, we've got a spare, let's just bring it and then Probably means it won't go wrong, but always good to have spares, so let's get cracking.
7 degrees.
All the degrees.
Just keep adding until it works.
Right, that's the gearbox out. We didn't film any of that because it's really hard to film taking the gearbox out when there's only 2 of you. But nice spare gearbox ready to go. We even found this really sweet box that I'd forgotten about. Put that to use. What are we doing next, Dan?
We're finishing welding the exhaust.
Let's go.
And then packing.
More packing.
We love packing.
Right, me and Ben have been cooking, and we have got the most modular exhaust system for a Volvo 745 ever built. Just finishing up on the end pipe. So this is all sorted. We've now got it so we can have one silencer here, and we're building one long exhaust utilizing the old exit which comes out here, so we can have that ending here. We can also, instead of this, we can run one of them with the turn down fitted here for competition, and we're going to cut this here. We can also have the turn downs that ends there. So the idea being the turn down is as far in as possible without setting ourselves on fire, because this car makes a lot of fire. And then all we have to do is make a couple of mounts. We're going to copy what Mike Walton has done here because he knows what he's doing and we don't, and make one hanger and we're good to go. Right, so I've got the bit loaded up on the bandsaw. For those of you who've never used one of these before, it's essentially a big saw that cuts really straight, not particularly fast, but it means you get less tidying up to do than using an angle grinder. So I'm going to give it a go. This thing's cheap and the blade likes to fall off, but we've got a new one on there. Hopefully she stays on. 2 hours later. Right, so we have pretty much done the full exhaust now, ready all tacked up so we can take it to the bench and weld it properly. Just had a disaster though. Dropped my welding torch, smashed my cup, so hopefully I have another one. But yeah, we've got the one hanger here, got this bigger one here on a bobbin, and then we got this one here ready to be welded. So yeah, pretty much good to go. Not Walton Motorsport, but should stick. Right, so that is the full exhaust welded. Made some really nice little mounts here. You can see professional welds versus my welds, but I'm sure they're going to hold. Then we've also finished this next piece where I welded on the V-bands. Doesn't look too bad for an amateur. Welded these on. We purged all this with Rob's little purge things. So yeah, didn't get all sugary horrible mess on the inside. So now we can fit this up, and that is the exhaust done. Ben's out here. Got the ram cleaned. Got the trailer cleaned. God, look. Oh, he's even cleaned right in there. Look at him. Woo. Well done, Ben. Right, so something really cool that happened actually, and some of you might have seen that on my stories. We got a little box arrived when we were working away, and this is something really cool. This is a Red Bull fridge from Red Bull UK. So I'm going to open that up now. Look at that little beauty. Now we can have cool drinks in the workshop. So I've got to find a little space for that. This is not me being Red Bull sponsored athlete or anything, by the way. But it's really cool that they're recognising that we're doing cool stuff with the Volvo and so on. So yeah, thank you Red Bull UK. Let's gonna go, I think I'm gonna put it up there. I'm gonna keep our drinks nice and cool in the hot summer workshop days. Right, so we've got the exhaust fully back on now. Thought we'd best check how it actually sounds. Got a new Red Bull fridge, looking good down there. But Ben's gonna prime the oil up, and then we can fire it up. Yeah, go. Yeah, thank you. Having changed that little oval section where there was a bit of a pinch point in the system, it's definitely lost a bit of the raspiness, a bit deeper now, so somewhere it sounds a bit somewhere in between what it used to sound like and the Corvette sounds like. Oh gosh, he's good. It's going to sound amazing. Right, so yeah, this is just a quick update. I don't really know at this point if this made a very good video or not. Before we get something out, because on Monday we're leaving to go to Sweden, and we're super excited. Bringing our friends Louis, Hayden, and Guion. They're going to come shred with us. So yeah, if you're going to Gatebil, I'll see you there. If not, you'll have to wait for some content. I've got Louis coming along, so we're going to plan a lot of videos, and I'm so excited to drive with my friend Kevin in his Volvo 745. We're going to do tandem all weekend. Yeah. Let us know if there's anything you want us to document whilst we're at Gatebil. Why don't you drop a comment or send us a message. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. See you on the next one.